What's up, y'all? We're gonna talk about the multiverse, and I'm gonna go probably a little bit harder than I usually go. I just bring it up and then don't say nothing else about it. But I got this video here. I can't show y'all the video because if I play it on here, man, they ain't take down my Sinbad video. So I might, but I guess they showing the movies and they talking about the multiverse. This shit is explained by the worst nigga ever, Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a go along, get along nigga. But I'm gonna play a little bit and then I'm gonna stop it. And I want to play the whole thing. It's only 10 minutes, but I might miss some points. I might just stop it at a point and then go in. But I'm gonna just play right now. All right.
It's not just one universe. There's a multiverse.
We think, when I say we, just the scientific community, physicists who concern themselves with the very early universe, cosmologists, that the laws of physics as we experience them are set in the very earliest stages of the universe. And quantum fluctuations in everything would be responsible for another universe having slightly different laws of physics than ours, because the quantum fluctuations will take it in a slightly different law of physics direction than our universe. And this would just keep going. Every universe that's born, even if it started out sort of the same in the very first instant, a later instant when other laws of physics manifest could be slightly different.
The concept of infinite worlds is a very old idea discussed in the philosophy of ancient Greek atomism, which states that the physical world is composed of fundamental indivisible components known as atoms. Ancient philosophers proposed that infinite parallel worlds arose from the collision of atoms. In the 3rd century BC, philosopher Chrysippus suggested that the world eternally expired and regenerated, effectively suggesting the existence of multiple universes across time. However, the concept of multiple universes has reached maturity only in the time of modern physics. In Dublin in 1952, Erwin Schrödinger gave a lecture in which he warned his audience that what he was about to say might seem lunatic. He said that when his equations seemed to describe several different histories, these were not alternatives, but all really happened simultaneously. This sort of duality is called superposition, which is a hard concept to grasp in and of itself, and understandably so. Our brains are not evolutionarily equipped to intuitively understand quantum mechanics and large-scale cosmic phenomena, but we'll give it a try anyway.
With the multiverse, where there could be pockets of the universe that are expanding with no knowledge of any other pockets of the universe. These are essentially independent universes from one another, and never the twain will meet. Imagine you're a ship at sea and you look to the horizon, and that's your whole universe there, to the horizon. There's another ship that has its own horizon, and these ships don't even see each other. You'll only see each other if somehow your two horizons can overlap. And we don't know how to do that in our universe because they're non-causal. You'd have to find some way to tunnel from one universe to the other in order to access that, but that could be very dangerous. Because if the laws of physics are different than the ones you evolved on, then you could just dissolve into a pile of goo because the charge on the electron is different and all of your biochemistry would change.
The multiverse is a hypothetical group of multiple universes. Together, these universes comprise everything that exists, the entirety of space, time, matter, energy, information, and the physical laws and constants that describe them. The different universes within the multiverse are called parallel universes, alternate universes, or many worlds. In pop culture, they are known as parallel dimensions, quantum realities, alternate realities, etc. The physics community has debated the various multiverse theories over time. Prominent physicists are divided about whether other universes exist outside of our own. Some physicists say the multiverse is not a legitimate topic of scientific inquiry. Concerns have been raised about whether attempts to exempt the multiverse from experimental verification could erode public confidence in science and ultimately damage the study of fundamental physics. Some have argued that the multiverse is a philosophical notion rather than a scientific hypothesis because it cannot be empirically falsified. The ability to disprove a theory by means of scientific experiment has always been part of the accepted scientific method. Nobel laureate Steve Weinberg suggested that if the multiverse
I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna probably go back and play the rest of it later on another video. So y'all get what they trying to say. There's no proof that they can prove that multiverses exist. But when you sleep at night, you go somewhere. I'm telling you, like, you're in the multiverse. Like I told you, they don't make these movies. Like the first couple of words they were saying of that movie, I didn't put it on camera, but it was the one by Bruce, not Bruce Lee, Jet Li. Remember, he was killing all his different cells in different universes. He was going to every single one of himself and killing himself, making himself stronger. And that's what, I ain't saying that's what we doing here, cause basically it just seemed like these other us's, I guess, from another universe. I told you what the Duke of Tiz said about the blood moons. The other us's or whatever, like the movie Us or whatever, if you want to bring that up. The other us's are the worlds are dying, or it's coming into one. And if they saying it's coming into one, like to the singularity, maybe back to the God form of the God of what people know as the one true. I don't disbelieve in God. I just don't believe in a version of what they say God is. Of course, they say He's the Father of the whole heavenly skies. They equate that with a fucking male. But what gives birth down here? What? I wait. A woman. Can no male give birth? Can no male bring life? He could generate the sperm, the life bringing sperm, the actual fluids to women was here before, probably, and I believe this theory. They say women was here before. If it was just an old woman planet, how did the first male get here? That's why they say, oh man, he created Adam and Eve. They hit you with that shit. Because they say women could actually generate a male and give birth with the sunlight. Don't quote me, but I can't remember where I heard it from many different places. I'm just niggerizing it a little bit for y'all, so y'all won't have to listen to all that science shit. But and they said that's like in the form of thyroid glands, thyroids. When they took some women thyroids out, there was basically a woman with a thyroid problem. They're trying to generate life inside themselves without men. They had hair, teeth, little fucking hands, and all types of shit. Look that shit up. They was generating life inside themselves. Like I was going to the Jesus thing, talking about when Jesus taught, and I really don't like talking about church shit or Christianity, but when he say my Father art thou in heaven, they disacknowledge that, well, they don't even pay homage to the fact that this nigga came from a lady. If he had a belly button, nigga, you was born and you birthed, that's your God. That fucking belly button is proof that what brought you down here, you was a man and you was a, I'm not about to, I don't want nobody to hit me with no, oh, you blasphemous. No, think about it. You got a belly button, but you saying your Father's in heaven. And this was always the confusing shit to me. No, Jesus is the Son and he speaks for his Father, and then Jesus and God is the same thing. Okay, well, what is your mom? Your mom put you in this body. She made you out of thin fucking air. You know what I'm saying? Your bones just miraculously appeared down here. That's some magical shit. It's a physical thing that came from thin air in your mom's womb. So with the multiverse, I got off topic, but with the multiverse, like, they say they have no proof of the multiverse. Like, they can't prove. Of course they're gonna do, that's white people shit. They can't prove nothing, because all they want to do is figure shit out with science. Well, it don't make sense to us, so okay. But y'all niggas be in here every night going to sleep, going to all these different realities and shit. Dream feel real when you in it, right? Because guess what? Your subconscious mind don't know no different from that goddamn dream in reality. Your subconscious mind at that moment is real. Did you ever hear the theory they say if you die in your sleep, you die in real life? Man, I died a couple of times in my sleep, but I didn't die, but I woke up before, you know what I'm saying? It was always like that. Like, it might be a world where it's two earths. I had them dreams where the world works in a different way. I had a dream where the world works in a different way and I lived a whole nother life. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I'm talking, I'm just remembering dreams right now in my head. But I can't tell you about them because it's going to sound like I'm babbling, because I can't remember all the details, but I can remember enough of it to get the main story of the dream. So, do y'all research on this multiverse. There's no, like I was telling y'all, there's no reason that this is the main topic of this year. It's the main topic. They put it in 2 Marvel movies. Actually, you could kind of say it was more than just 2, because the WandaVision, the show, was damn near a multiverse, and they used the whole concept of that show of WandaVision and put that shit in Doctor Strange. Was it? Yeah, Doctor Strange 2. So they telling y'all, like, this bitch was the most powerful sorcerer, witch, whatever you want to call her, in the world, in the whole world, and she was killing everybody for kids that was somewhere else in a different multiverse, and she believed in the multiverse. I know some of the people that listen to this shit, what the fuck is this nigga talking about the multiverse? Nigga, what's the dream, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because I already broke down the lucid dreams to y'all niggas. That's the whole work. That's the whole purpose of you doing your dream work. You do your dream work, you get lucid in these words. You could bring back information. You could bring back some technology that's not even from this motherfucker. Download that shit. Remember that shit. And bring that shit back here. Invent that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of doing your dream work. That's one of the purposes of doing your dream work. The main purpose is to get your conscious mind on that other level. To understand. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same word when you die. They say sleep is a cousin of death. You lucid in that dream. You think your consciousness there is not just running around like you in a regular dream. You like, this happened, that happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, gosh, this happened. Nah. You lucid of this shit. When I say lucid of this shit, I mean you aware. Your mind now, that I'm talking to you now, the mind that you're using to listen to this shit, you aware. That's a fucking dream and you know you in that shit. Books on this shit. I showed y'all the books weeks ago. Well, the one book that I do have. I got other books of dreams. I didn't bring those outside that day. like how to decode your dreams, because you know they say like certain things in a dream don't mean what it really mean. It's like meanings. They got meanings for dreams. Like if you see a dog, it mean this. If you see a cat, it mean this. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I got it's like an interpretation of a decoding of how you dream. But then you don't need to. You know what I'm saying? You aware because you seeing shit. Like I be in my dream. Like hold up, let me snap a photo. You know what I'm saying? I be fucking forget, like I be in that joint so aware. I be like, oh, let me get my phone. Oh shit, I'm dreaming. Like I be doing shit like that. It takes. I ain't gonna say it takes time, cause some niggas can hear this shit, and that's their calling, and they'd do that shit just because they hear me saying this shit. They just don't know what the fuck they was doing at first. Everybody got a path. Some people here to give interpretations through dreams. That's what the shaman's supposed to do. I showed y'all the book about the shamans and the schizophrenics. Like, go hand in hand. Some of us here to decode this shit and give messages to the people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just telling y'all like this. I want to play more of the video because it's let me see how much longer it is. 6 minutes left. So I said my interpretation. I think I'm gonna just play the rest of the video and then just end it because it's already at 16. I like to talk. I know y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk. I'm gonna try to flip this shit back around.
Existed. The hope of finding a rational explanation for the precise values of quark masses and other constants of the standard model that we observe in our Big Bang is doomed. For their values would be an accident of the particular part of the multiverse in which we live.
There could be a universe where the laws of physics there will never allow matter to coalesce. You'll never get stars. That would be a lifeless universe. There could be another universe where you can make stars, but you don't make heavy elements. That would be a universe with stars and beautiful night skies as we have now, but nothing that we know and love. No planets, no life.
Some scientists analyzed the data from the Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe, an uncrewed spacecraft operating from 2001 to 2010 that measured temperature differences across the sky in cosmic microwave background, the radiant heat emitted from the Big Bang, and claimed they found evidence suggesting that our universe collided with other parallel universes in the distant past. However, a more thorough data analysis from the Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe and from the Planck satellite, a space observatory operated by the European Space Agency from 2009 to 2013, which mapped the anisotropies of the cosmic microwave background, did not find any statistical significant evidence of universe collisions. There was no evidence of any gravitational pull of other universes on ours either. And to add insult to injury to the proponents that the multiverse hypothesis has been backed up by statistical evidence, the Planck satellite has a resolution 3 times higher than the WMA probe.
In the 1920s, quantum mechanics was invented, discovered, however you want to think scientific advances take place. Quantum mechanics is the study of the small, how particles behave. And we learned that if you get to a small enough scale, you lose the ability to predict with precision the behavior of the system. You can only describe it statistically. And there are ranges of things it can do, and all you can describe is the range of properties that it may have. Well, here's this big grand universe we have described by Einstein's general theory of relativity. But at the Big Bang, the entire universe was the size of an atom. And so you have the need to have the physics of the small, quantum mechanics, marry the physics of the large, general relativity, because they're occupying the same space. Now, when you take quantum mechanics and apply it to aspects of the fabric of space on that scale, what you have is a gurgling of the of space-time. In fact, it's been called a quantum foam. And so now, when you look at this foam, applying the laws of quantum mechanics to it, you realize that this fabric is not limited to one zone or another. In fact, there's a region of the fabric that could hatch out an entire universe with the variations of the laws of physics.
Did it stop? I stopped the video just now, but it say, hold up. I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay. Now y'all can see it.
Only because the conditions that would spawn the laws of physics had variation in them. And so the multiverse is not just some invention out of the physics, simply because the conditions that would spawn the laws of physics had variation in them. And so the multiverse is not just some invention out of the ether. It flows out of an application of quantum mechanics to general relativity.
Prominent scientists such as Max Tegmark and Brian Greene have devised classification schemes for the various theoretical types of multiverses and universes that they might comprise. Max Tegmark has provided a taxonomy of 4 levels of universe beyond the familiar observable universe. Level 1 is an extension of our universe. A prediction of cosmic inflation is the existence of an infinite ergodic universe, which, being infinite, must contain Hubble volumes realizing all initial conditions. Level 2 are universes with different physical constants. In the internal inflation theory, the multiverse or space as a whole is stretching and will continue doing so forever. But some regions of space stop stretching and form distinct bubbles that are embryonic level 1 multiverses. Level 3 is the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. One aspect of quantum mechanics is that certain observations cannot be predicted absolutely. Instead, there is a range of possible observations, each with a different probability. According to the many worlds interpretation, each of these possible observations corresponds to a different universe. Level 4 is an ultimate ensemble. The ultimate mathematical universe hypothesis is Tegmark's own hypothesis. This level considers all universes to be equally real, which can be described by different mathematical structures. Tegmark remarks that abstract mathematics is so general that any theory of everything, which is definable in purely formal terms, independent of vague human terminology, is also a mathematical structure. He argues this implies that any conceivable parallel universe theory can be described at level 4 and subsumes all other ensembles. Therefore, this level brings closure to the hierarchy of multiverses, and there cannot be a level 5. The American theoretical physicist Brian Greene discussed 9 types of multiverses, but we will discuss them in another video. Enough head scratching for today. Thanks for watching. Did you like this video? Then show your support by liking, subscribing.
So, what I got out of that, somebody get something different, but what I got, basically, the theories of some of the laws in the universes is different if on a parallel universe, hence that dream I told you about when I was flying. But even in this universe, gravity's a theory. You know what I'm saying? It's still a theory. It's not a universal law. It's a theory. Like, I think it was, I want to remember his name correctly. I think it was Dr. Oyibo who went against the Einstein MC, the MC squared, whatever. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about, that famous Einstein shit. E equals MC squared shit. He broke that shit. An African guy that was basically saying that shit was flawed and proved it. He did all this mathematical shit. Like, I can't mathematically do that shit in that logic that they do it. I could say what he meant, but I can't say equal all that. No, my mind ain't that logical. It's too chaotic, and it'll just get to the point and say what the fuck he meant. I can understand it, but I can't fucking talk about that shit. That shit is too fucking logical. Like, You know what I'm saying? He proved that shit was a fucking theory. And Einstein even said it was a theory. The theory, just like it's a theory of evolution. That's a theory. It's a lot of things down here that's just a theory. It's not a fucking fact. They have no proof of this shit. Like they say they have no proof of these parallel universes crashing into each other. We are the proof. How your life, the dreams, shit you going into, we are the proof that this shit is crashing down. The Mandela effect was one part of it. And have y'all noticed some shit? Or am I the only one that's seen this shit? Because I check my phone news on a regular basis. And I don't really be, like, is it me? Or have y'all been just looking, like, most people don't even go through that phone news. But I go through my phone news. I can swipe over and look at my phone news. Isn't it a comet coming every fucking month? Oh, this comet's coming so close to Earth. This asteroid's coming so close to Earth. This asteroid's coming. Have y'all been paying attention to that shit? Why the fuck they been saying this shit been going on? They've been saying this shit for 2 years straight about a fucking asteroid comet that's always coming close, making close path. Before that, you ain't hear none of this shit. Now all of a sudden, you hearing this shit every fucking week. Or every month, it's a new fucking comet or a new asteroid or a new something that's the size of this, the size of that, and it's gonna hit Earth. Like, that shit is crazy. And then one actually really hit us, but it was like small, I guess. They said it hit up in the Antarctica or some shit up there a couple of months ago. But have y'all been paying attention? You know what I'm saying? Y'all living y'all lives. Y'all ain't paying attention. Y'all popping bottles. Y'all back in the world. Y'all ain't paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. But yeah, they saying that this shit is a theory because they not admitting this shit, but that's why they gonna throw it in the movie. They're gonna throw it in the movie like, well, we kinda told you. We use Marvel, but we kinda told you. So when weird shit start happening, we told you. Hold up real quick. Yeah, had to get me my beef patty, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a roster, but I like the spicy beef patties. If anybody know where the best spicy beef patties used to be, now where I used to live at, y'all know. If you recognize who I am, you know that convenience store. Best beef patties in the world. Even better than 7-Elevens. And they weren't even. Nigga, have you ever put chili and cheese on a motherfucking beef patty, nigga? Chili and cheese? On the beef patty? I mean, you already kind of got the chili in it with the beef, but put the fucking cheese on that shit. If you don't want to do extra beef or whatever, put the cheese on that shit. Dog. Can't imagine that shit. That shit used to be amazing. But yeah. Back at it. Games, man. And they gonna, of course they gonna tell you there's no proof to the multiverse. Then I gotta admit that this world is just a simulation of another world. And it's another world that's way different than this. I mean, science already try to prove God don't exist in a way. Well, in a way. But then they try to say like God exists, but you know, scientists don't really believe. Some scientists don't really believe in God. It's like when you hear some of these niggas talk, it's like they trying to say, well, we trust in the science, we don't trust in random shit. Like, I know y'all heard about the Fibonacci system or whatever. It's found in every living thing, every plant, even in a hurricane. I started this almost 15 years ago, and I was getting into that. So let me see if I can remember a little bit of it. I'm not a total genius, y'all. Can't remember the numbers. I think it was 11357. Can't remember the last ones. I know 113 was one. Alright, I think this study Fibonacci sequence. Look at your fingerprints. Everything is like the fingerprints of God. That's what they call it. So I'm gonna end this because I showed y'all enough. I want to go back on this some more, but I'm not putting up no more videos for like a week or two. I'm about to chill out. I always say that. Not if I can do a video every day. But I'm gonna chill out. I gotta calm myself down. Man, I just wanted to talk real quick. I had somebody to talk to. He left. So I decided I wanted to talk to y'all. But check this out though. It enlighten you in a way. Alright y'all. I'm gone. I'm gonna call it a night.